Hi guys, it's a silly MR, and hi. If you've seen all my videos gone, don't worry, I deleted them because it's come to my attention that some people in real life have found this account that I don't even know them. Like, I really don't know you guys. I've not spoken to them in about, I would say 3 or 2 years, with the exception of one. But I don't even see them, don't even talk to them, and apparently I'm their little inside joke. So hi. I mean, if you're watching my video, you have to have a lot of time on your hands to be watching this, but that's fun. And at the end of the day, if you're the one who searched up ASMR and found my account, even though I've given no hints that I do have an account, then I mean, that's on you, isn't it? You're friendly fire, you know what I mean? But anyway, if you're just here for fun, hi guys. Since GCSE season is on the horizon, I've got a stack of maths flashcards, and we're gonna go through some of them. So that's fun. So the first card we have is angles in parallel. This is reversed. Angles in parallel lines. So we have alternate angles, we have co-interior angles, we have vertically opposite angles, and we have corresponding angles. So let's have a look at it myself. So alternate angles are equal. Co-interior, is that co-interior? Yeah. Co-interior angles are equal. Corresponding angles. No, co-interior angles are not equal. Corresponding angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. But co-interior angles sum to 180. So these three are equal. This one's not. So just remember, co-interior, if they are near each other, if they are co-interior, they are not equal. Do not trick them as equal, and remember it's co-interior, not corresponding. Don't get these two confused because they start with C. This one's simple enough, but I don't know about that one. So that's angles in parallel lines. Next we have, what should we do next? Let's not do an angles card. Let's do something fun. Okay, the area of a sector. So a sector is just a part of a circle. So to find the area of a sector, you do the angle within the sector over 360, because angles in a circle add to 360. Well, the angle around a point in a circle adds to 360. Times by pi r squared. That's the area of a sector. So theta over 360 times pi r squared. That's the area of a sector. Let's go with a blue card. Okay, no, I don't know that, so we're not gonna review that. Let's go with a blue card. This is in order and I'm mixing it. So, reading histograms. So this is a histogram, and to plot a histogram, what you do is you look at the frequency table, the table of frequencies, and you choose the middle one. You choose the middle one. So if you had the the inequality, the one in between those two numbers. So let's say it was 3 is less than or equal to x, which is equal to like -1. The number in between 3 and -1 is 1. I think is 1, right? Yeah, it's 1. So then you would plot this. If there was 1 of it, you would plot the histogram on 1. But yeah, so the equation for frequency is frequency density times class width. So class width is how many people are accounted for, how many things are accounted for, measured. quite simple, but the equation of a line. So y equals mx plus c. Y equals mx plus c. So m is the gradient. So how you find the gradient? Take 2 points on your line. The ones hopefully integers. You just kind of want to look at the integer graph values, and you just connect them. So up and across. And to work out the gradient, the equation is change in y. So the change in the two y coordinates that you get over the change in x. And you do that and you'll get your gradient. So that's your gradient. X just stays as it is. And c is the y-intercept. So where you see this line cross the axes, that's the y-intercept. It intercepts the y, it slices the y. And that's the equation of a line. The equation of a line. Let's have a look. Okay. Here we have trigonometry, more trigonometry. Trigonometry. So the three values are sin, cos and tan as mentioned earlier. So the way I remember it, I'm not sure if it shows it on here, but SOHCAHTOA. It was a SOHCAHTOA. Just remember that acronym SOHCAHTOA. That means sin, OH. So OH means sine. It's sin, sine, I don't know, whatever floats your boat. Sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse. The opposite is here. This is the adjacent, and this is the hypotenuse. Cos A over H. Cos A over H. Toa O over A. SOHCAHTOA. Sounds fun. Hey, I mean, who's not up for a bit of sucking toes? Sorry, that was really cringe. Okay. Now, we have more equations that are not given in the exam. The equation sheet that we got given was so buns, and it's not even good. Okay, so this is the volume of a sphere. So the volume is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. 4 over 3 pi r cubed. There's no trick to remembering this, you just gotta remember it. So you just do 4 over 3 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So that's just me reading it, but there's a song.